lot of times you hear people try to weigh in on things that they really don't know anything about. I tell guys all the time when they talk about, I've never been black, okay? So I don't know. I can't put myself there. I've never been, faced the challenges that they face, okay? So I understand the emotion, but I don't, I can't, it's a pet peeve of mine when somebody says, well, I know what they're feeling. Why don't they do this? Why doesn't somebody do that? You have never been black. Okay, so just slow down a little
bit. Makes sense, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. It makes a lot of sense. Now, there is also another one on with the lawyer for the Freddie Gray family, and it's on Morning Joe. It's on the Morning Joe program. And in this one, we have the announcers from the Morning Joe program talking to the Freddie Gray lawyer about a conflict. So let's take a listen to that one. And this is how the media try to skew things when there is nothing there. Let's take a listen to that. So we're going to be listening to the Freddie Gray lawyer talking to, I think this is NBC, about they saying that there's a conflict and he's wanted to know where's the conflict. We're going to get that up for you in 1 minute as we go. Here we go, the Morning Joe. Here we go.
Now to Baltimore and a close call for a city on edge Monday when an armed suspect's encounter with police near the site of last week's riots almost led to more trouble. Police arrested a man with a handgun that fired when he dropped it. No one was injured, but officials had to tamp down reports from the ground that the suspect had been shot by police, which did not happen. Joining us now, attorney for Freddie Gray's family, Billy Murphy, who joins us now. The police union is calling for a... Good morning. The police union is calling for a special prosecutor alleging conflicts of interest with campaign donations to Marilyn Mosby, including your own. What do you say to that?
You mean the same police union that itself gave $3,500 to Marilyn Mosby's campaign?
That one. That could be that one.
That's a pot calling the kettle black.
It might be, but do you think that there's, given the fact that, well, you did give money, is there a conflict?
Where's the conflict? Nobody's pointed it out to me.
Okay. The conflict would
can
be
somebody articulate what the conflict was?
And she is now prosecuting, or she has now had 6 cops arrested in his death. I mean, you see the conflict.
Where is the conflict? No, I don't. I don't see a conflict. Can you articulate it for me?
She worked for the Clinton campaign.
Why does supporting a prosecutor politically create a conflict when that prosecutor wants to prosecute somebody whose family I represent or who is harmed my family as a client?
With all due respect, I think that it's fair to ask about a potential conflict. Is it not?
No, I don't see that. Nobody is articulated in the entire media.
Hello, your individual answer on Margie. Hello? Hello?
How is Marilyn Mosby prevented or impaired?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
can you hear me?
I represent the victim too.
Yes, this is Travanis Robinson. We're connected with Mr. Paisley.
Mr. Paisley, are you there? Hello?
We can hear Mr. Paisley?
No, I can't hear him.
Hold up 1 second. Let me see what's up. Mr. Paisley, come on.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, I'm trying to connect Mr. Paisley as well. He's on the line, but I probably have to do something to connect it to both.
Yeah.
Put the audio back.
Mr. Paisley? Okay, give me 1 quick second. Let me call him back and see what's up.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. All right.
No problem.
All right. So we're going to continue here. We are trying to connect us with Solomon Adventures, and we're trying to connect with the students.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Paisley, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, Siobhan was just trying to connect you, and we couldn't hear you when he came in.
Right. My phone cut off.
Or yours cut off.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe
Now we've got to wait for him to come back.
maybe we gotta wait for Siobhan to come back.
So, Mr. Paisley, tell me about your relationship with Solomon's Adventure while we're waiting on Siobhan.
Okay. Well, currently I'm a debate coach in New York City at Boys and Girls High School, and we've been with the Solomon Adventures Project for about 4 years. I'm not the original coach, but I was the gentleman that brought the program into my school, and we had 2 coaches before I started, and it's a very good program, and I was able to, even when one of the coaches changed positions and changed jobs, I didn't really want the program to to stop, and I just picked up and I started coaching, and I've been enjoying it. It's a fun way to learn.
What have you learned, and what do you think the students have learned from participating in the program?
Well, because of the way that the debates actually are surrounded
You
by
come your voices in and out. Are you still, or are you moving around, or what? It's just a bad Skype
actually,
connection.
I can hear you clearly, and my signal is very strong.
Okay.
So I'm very,
You're okay.
I'm good.
You sound like you're good.
Right.
Again, so tell me something you've learned about the debate, the process, and what you think the students have learned, and what have you learned about the students in the process of doing this program?
Well, I must say that each debate is its own adventure, and it starts off with actually the research process.
I'm sorry. Each debate is its own adventure.
I would just say that, yes, it starts off as it seems simple, and because the storyline with the Solomon book is like a common experience.
All right.
I hear a lot of movement. Is that the phone signal, or is
I don't know
that?
what the movement is that you hear, but we do have Mike White and what's your name? Sorry. Kenny?
Oh, okay. So I just heard a lot of squeaks and stuff. All right, so maybe it was that. How you doing, Coach Kenny? How you doing, Mr. White? All right. Okay. All right. So it's definitely the Solomon stories are common experiences. That it's a common story. It's a common experience, and the way that it's written, there are clues and reference points that each debate can draw from when the debates are framed.
So Thomas, I didn't get to add this point before, but I'm a graduate of Boys and Girls High School, and I had to put that little plug in there, a little plug for myself.
It's very good to know, and thank you. That makes me feel very good, and that's great.
Yeah, I actually graduated honors in 1978.
God and
my co-host here, always gives me a hard time. She's from Detroit, Michigan. She knows absolutely nothing about Brooklyn.
I know about boys and girls.
So I'm really enthusiastic to hear that, the kids from Boys Side, it's Boys and Girls High. We called it Boys Side back then, but we know it's Boys and Girls High. are actually doing fantastic as far as this debate is concerned. And through Marjorie actually brought it to my attention. And we had Mike White in here about a week ago. In here about a week ago. And, you know, he wanted us to have, well, is the other gentleman, what's the other gentleman's name?
Who, Kevin?
Kevin, right? Kevin called me and asked me if I could have a few of the students and some of the other coaches. So as far as what is the enthusiasm as far as the kids of Boy Side is concerned? Are they enthusiastic? Do they have they kind of, you know, put their arms around this and say, you know, this is something that we really want to do? Yeah.
Well, I must say that they get excited. They get very excited, especially for home debates. And if you can imagine, and there have been auditoriums that were. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you.
You're in and out for me, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you paused something. Keep going, Thomas.
All right. What I was saying is that if you can imagine an auditorium that can hold maybe 1,500 people, but not all the way filled, you know, because you don't know which way things will get. But we've had auditoriums. We've had at least 500, 600 people look at the debates, and they get excited. Students get revved up, but they're still respectful. Like they're hushing, and you know they want to hear what's being said. And if there's a real good response, and the anticipation of what the other team is going to say, and it'll just, I don't know, the energy level just starts to really rise. Like if you were at an exciting basketball, I don't know how to explain it. You know, Coach Kenny and I we had, I guess, a debate that was at Seton Hall, and people get excited and they don't.
Another plug is coming. Go ahead.
Thomas. I mean, I got to stop you again. Another plug. I'm also a graduate of Seton Hall University. So Thomas, you're doing a spectacular job tonight, man. And I got to have you learn a little more often.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? But we've also had very intimate debates, and as I said, each debate takes its own life. It takes its own life in it takes its own life even after research, once you actually face the other team, because sometimes it may not work. You know, like a strong coach like Coach Kenny her team is very formidable. There's each time if we have to face Christ the King, it's like we're
that is just Skype. Yeah, Thomas.
If you slip up at any time, you know, like Christ will cook you, so to speak.
Yeah. So Thomas,
to learn, you know, and that's all I say. So what I can do is, in the meantime, I can try to have Shavana to call in and let him.
Thomas, are you still there? See, that's just Skype. It's the internet. It's an internet connection problem. He's gonna call back.
But while we're here,
we have, who do we have? Announce yourself here.
Coach Kenny, debate coach from Christ the King in Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, Christ the King. Okay. All right.
Also
So tell us a little bit about, you know, we heard Coach Thomas talking about. So you tell us a little bit about your team and how your team is going and how you got involved with Solomon Adventures.
Students from freshman year all the way up to seniors. We've had a number of seniors who've gone off to college, and so we're constantly fueling our team. We're relatively new to the program, about 3 years in, but it really has energized the school as well as the students. Christ the King, I think it's been open about 7 years, and this is